Hello Stampers, Kelly Acheson at stampabub.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. Super excited today to be showing you another fabulous card using the Geared Up Garage bundle. Now, I'm also excited because today my online class goes live and is available to all of you. What is an online class? Well, we've got a whole bunch of cards, 9 to be exact, using this bundle. I know a lot of stampers have difficulty making masculine cards, but I can tell you that I have always loved creating masculine cards. And I think there's a fabulous variety of cards using this bundle in the online class. You guys are just gonna love it. I always start off an online class by showing you a card made with that bundle. So actually you'll have 10 ideas using this bundle. Don't you love it when you can find a whole bunch of ideas to put together with something that you've invested in? I do. All right, let's get started. These are all the dies that are in the Garage Gears framelit. And I like to take them out and die cut them and put them on a card so I know exactly what I'm dealing with. Then when I'm designing cards, I kind of keep these laying out here so I can keep focusing on the elements. These are the different stamps that are in here, and these show which ones have matching framelits, so that's pretty cool. And then I've also got this card where I've actually stamped up the images, and the only thing that isn't on this card that's on here is the smoke, and the smoke I think is one of my favorite stamps or images in this set. I love the look of this when you put it with greetings especially. Okay, we're gonna get started. And I have a fun fold card for you today. Here are all the layers. So we're going to go over that just a little bit. I've got some pumpkin pie here. I've got 2 pieces actually that are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I've got a piece of Whisper White that is 3 1/2 by 11. A scrap of Basic Black. I've actually got 2 scraps here. You only need 1. 2 pieces of Basic Gray. The larger one is 4 by 5 1/4. The smaller one is 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. And remember, you can always head over to my blog and find all of these dimensions with more photographs and a complete shopping list so you know exactly what you need to purchase from me to recreate these cards. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the larger of the 2 Basic Gray pieces. I'm going to run this through the Big Shot in the Maps, etc. embossing folder. And I just thought this went along with the whole car theme, so I thought it was a pretty good idea. Hang on. And this is the images that you get on there. Very masculine looking, I think. Very definite lines. I really like that embossing folder. Then we're going to bring in the Stampin' Trimmer. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. We're going to score this white piece. This needs to be scored at 2 inches and then 6 1/2 inches. All right, let's see. This is actually this card is in my head. I haven't made it yet. So this is the first time I'm making the card. So we may make some design changes from what's in my head to what really goes down here on this card. Or it may turn out just fine. I think you're gonna really like it. It's a very cool, cool technique for sure. Okay, so this piece is gonna go here. This piece we are going to stamp. And I thought that I would bring in this greeting because I wanted to make a birthday card today. These images come from the Life is Grand stamp set. I love big greetings, and I love that we have used our distinctive technique to make these larger words. It makes them look so delicious in real life. I am going to get out my Memento ink pad. Now when I'm dealing with a bigger stamp like this one, I like to leave it lay on my table surface and bring my ink pad into the stamp. And that way I can see that everything is getting inked up really good. I'm going to stamp that right in the middle of this panel. Oh, that looks so pretty, don't you think? I love, love, love that. Okay, next, I'm going to bring in my basic gray ink pad. I've got all my stamps here mounted on blocks because I was creating all day with this bundle for the online class. So I like to have those mounted on blocks and ready to roll so I can just grab them and stamp. We're going to take one of the rectangle framelits out of the rectangle stitched framelit pack. And hang on, let me get this back together here. I've got kind of a mess going on. So I am using the rectangle that I have numbered number 4. So from the center out, 1, 2, 3, number 4. That's the rectangle that I'm going to use. I'm going to take this piece of Designer Series paper, and by the way, this comes from the Classic Garage. This is part of the Geared Up Garage bundle, and these papers are just dripping masculinity. I like that the backs of them are kind of a washed out solid color. I've done some really unique things with that in the online class, but this is a really cool pack of paper. Now remember, you can get my online class for free when you purchase a bundle of products from me. You'll find that entire bundle on my blog, again right here, www.stampinupub.com, and there's a form there you can fill out and I'll order the whole bundle for you, or you can order what's listed there, the whole bundle, and I will see that when it comes into my email. Stampin' Up! Tells me that I've gotten an online order. I'll see that you've ordered everything and I'll send you this online class for free. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the number 4 rectangle framelit. I'm going to die cut it on this side. Then I'm going to turn my paper over and I'm going to die cut it on this side. So we're going to get 2 of these out of here. Hang tight. Okay, here we go. And what I love about these rectangles is they not only put a little stitched edge on the piece that you're die cutting, but they also leave a stitched edge on the piece that is left behind. So you could definitely cut out a frame for the front of your card and it would have that stitching on there. So remember, one of these we're going to use this way and the other one we're going to use this way. So I'm going to move this aside for a second. I am going to add this right here. I want to cut a banner end in this end, and I got this particular little layout right here with these 2 pieces from a swap card that I received when I went to a training event in Michigan, I think. I think that's where the swap card came from. But there's a little banner end, and we're going to put this together on our card just like this. This is the front of our card. And this is going to lay in here just like this. And then I already cut this out when I was doing my online class cards and didn't need it. I cut an extra one out. So I'm going to take the gears that I cut out of silver foil paper and I'm just going to add them to the background of what I'm doing here. And I'm going to see just exactly how this is going to work. Remember, I haven't made this card yet, so I'm really going out on a limb here to think that I can come up with something pretty cool. Okay, that looks good for now. We need a car. And the Mustang is the best car on the market, as far as I'm concerned. I'm a little partial to Mustangs because I had one. It was my very first car that my dad bought me when I was a teenager. And yeah, don't think we were rich or anything. My dad, he actually traded a semi rear end. My dad was a truck driver and he traded a semi rear end for this car, brought it home and had somebody put an engine in it. And way back then in the like early 80s, that was a cheap thing to do, not like today. Okay, I've got my embossing buddy. I've just rubbed it all over my black cardstock. First thing we're going to do here is we're going to die cut a car out of this scrap of black cardstock. And then, as long as we're doing that, I'm also going to die cut this little image out of the cardstock too. So I'll be right back. Here comes our car and also this piece. I'm going to use the same framelit to die cut another centerpiece out of my silver foil paper too. I'll do that in just a second. Okay, we're going to take this car. Now, I have set up a template here in my Stamparatus because I've been stamping a lot of these cars. And if I'm going to stamp a lot of cars, I don't like stamping and then putting your framelit over your image that you've stamped and then trying to keep it on there perfectly while you run it through the Big Shot. Once or twice is fine, but if I'm doing a lot of these, I set up a template in my Stamparatus so that it's going to be perfect every time. And what I do is I stick my stamp. I have a scrap of white cardstock here. I stick my stamp to the plate. I stamp it on that white cardstock, and then I take this piece out and I die cut it. I throw away the car that's die cut, and now I've got this template right here. And as long as you don't move this stamp, it's going to stamp perfectly every time. So then I just drop my die cut image into my template. I'm using Versamark ink here. I'm going to ink up my car, give it a good push on the Stamparatus. And then, I know this is really hard to see because it's Versamark. We've got a car here. Now let me put this aside. If you guys follow me, you've seen this before. I really like to do die cuts this way. I make a lot of swap cards, and if I had to stamp and die cut, stamp first and then die cut 20 or 21 of these, which is usually how many we make for a swap, I would like pull my hair out. This is so much easier. So again, I do it because I had to stamp a bunch of these cards today for the online class. Okay, silver embossing powder. We're going to heat set this, and through the magic of TV, I've already done that. I don't want you to sit and have to listen to my heat tool, but you're going to heat set it until everything gets good and glossy. Isn't that car look cool? Black with silver. I think that's pretty masculine, I would say. Okay, we have that part done. Next, I need to do a few more things to this. And let's see. I was thinking, oh, let's bring this little silver part in. And I'm going to bring in my Stays-On ink pad. If you're going to stamp on a non-porous surface like this silver foil paper, you do need a permanent ink, and Stays-On works perfect for that. I'm going to put my You Jumpstart My Heart right on this little emblem. See how I did? Ooh, I got too high. Hang tight. I've got some more of those. I always put all my little extra pieces from other things that I do back in my framelit envelope so that I've got a lot of these. So we can mess up quite a few times. Saving my butt. Okay, let's move this down a little bit. Let's see how I did this time. Oh, that looks much better, doesn't it? We'll throw that in the garbage. You always want to keep your Stays-On ink pad closed. You don't want to leave it sit out like I leave my other ink pads sit out. I'm going to take this silver piece and I'm going to put it back in here, just like kind of like inlaid tile. Now, I want to pop it up on some dimensionals. So I'm going to make a little back brace for it, if you will. And this is going to help everything stay together. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of this, right on the edges here. Oh, I don't need it there. Forget that. Just on these ends here. And I'm going to set that right down on the black piece. So you can't, I don't want to see it from the front, okay? So you can't see it from the front. Now I'm going to put some black on the center piece. And like I said, this is our back brace for the back. Hang on, I got to get a hold of things here. And then we're going to lay this right back inside. What do you guys think? Isn't that cool? Yeah. So then here's what the back looks like. We've just got that strip of cardstock going across there to hold it in place. Then as long as I'm pulling out my dimensionals here, we'll put those on, 2 dimensionals, and set that aside. Now I need to do some stamping here. And I think what I want to do is bring in this toolbox. Now we've got 2 panels here. We've got this panel we're going to fold and burnish. And then we're going to take this panel and fold it this way. Okay, so this is what we have going on. It's like a Z. This is kind of a different kind of a Z fold. So we've got this. Now I'm going to bring in the toolbox, and I'm trying to decide what color I want to stamp it in. Let's stamp this in pumpkin pie. I think that'll look nice. Stamp this in pumpkin pie, and then let's bring real red in, and I'll stamp this gas can in real red. And what else do we have here? We've got some nuts and bolts. I think I would like to bring in Tranquil Tide, and I'm pulling off the colors that are in this designer series paper right here. So I'm just going to pull off of those and add a few of these to my card panel. Okay, and then we are going to find the smoke. This is my favorite stamp in here. I love this one. And I'm using basic gray for the smoke. And I'm gonna bring that in, and I'm gonna put it all over these layers right here. And I do like that. Oh, you should probably do that before you fold your card because it's kind of goofy right here. But I think you understand that. Okay, let's get our card put together. I'm going to bring my car in. I might as well add some dimensionals to that too. And we're going to put this on our Crushed Curry Designer Series paper layer. Remember, this is the one with the pattern on the back. So I'm going to add this right here. And then I'm going to bring in the greeting on the front. I'm gonna have some really great cards to give to my loved ones, and they need to really be loved ones because you shouldn't be giving this greeting to like anybody else. It's not really appropriate. You jumpstart my heart. Yeah, you keep that for your for your partner. Okay, here we go. We're ready to put this together. So, okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Molly's here. If you guys have met Molly before, sometimes she comes in and stamps with me, but they just got back from ice skating and she's out there screaming up a storm. Not screaming like crying, just being, you know, a kid. So I just kind of asked her if she could turn it down a few notches. I'll be done in a minute. Do you guys have to do that at your house sometimes? It's like, hey, cool it, kids. Need to be quiet. All right, this is going to go right here. I'm going to get that centered. And then I think I want to pop this up on dimensionals too, because, you know, men love stuff that has dimension to it. Like 3D stuff is really cool. And sometimes when I give cards to the men in my life, I find that they look at the elements more than they look at other things that I would have thought would have caught their attention. So it's kind of funny. They look at things a little differently. I'm going to go right here with this. Nope, I've got it off center. Hang tight. I'll make sure that's centered good. I think that looks great. And then do I bring in some of our wonderful metallic ribbon? This is also included in the bundle. And I think I'm going to. I think that's going to be very attractive. I'm going to tie, let me see what I'm going to do with this. I think I'm just going to tie it in the front. We're going to tie this in just a regular knot. Then before I finish this knot off, I wanted to bring in some of these little elements. I thought this would be cool to hang off a key off my ribbon. Let's see if I can get it in there. There we go. Okay. Straighten this out a little bit. See how tight I can get it. Just gonna push that key all the way down here. You might need somebody's finger to help you do this because this is a tad bit tricky. I want to make sure that this stays nice and tight. If you hold it down, I always hold them down with my ring finger if I can get a hold of it. That's the hardest part. Look at that. Oh, my ribbon's, oh, there we go. I was gonna say my ribbon is twisted. Okay, that looks pretty darn cool. I'm gonna cut this. This ribbon is also masculine, so that's pretty neat. And do we want that in the center? I think so. I think in the center looks good. Okay, we're ready to put our card together. Here we go. We're gonna take this white piece and we're gonna put glue on the back of this panel. And you can just keep it all folded up and get it centered nicely. Oh, I did it backwards, you guys. I should have stamped it this way. Hang tight. Voila. This is what you do when you mess up. You just improvise, right? So hang tight. And I could try really hard to save this for another card, but I don't think I'm willing to painstakingly try and get this off in a nice way. Yeah, and these things happen. Do you ever do stuff like that? Like sometimes I get a card all together and then lo and behold, I've done the wrong thing. So at least we didn't put everything together here. So again, now we're going to fold it like this. I hope you guys are laughing with me and not rolling your eyes going, oh Lord. I completely forgot that I needed to go the other way. That's okay. All right, here we go. This is our card. And now we're gonna put glue right on this little panel right here. And again, this is just a different form of a Z fold. Ooh, let's do this. We're gonna do this first. Put glue on the back of your gray layer. And we're gonna center this on our pumpkin pie layer. Get that stuck down good. Then you're gonna bring this one in with only glue right here, and you're going to make that match up with the back pumpkin pie layer. This is so cool. I love, love, love this card. Okay, you guys. Ah, she did it right. Yay. What do you think of those inside elements? I think this is spectacular. Okay, don't forget, head back to my blog so you can see all the details about this online class. It's a doozy. The cards are magnificent. I know for a fact that there are at least 2 other cards that are also fun folds using this bundle. You're going to absolutely love them. And when you order the bundle of products that is specifically laid out on my blog, not just the stamp set and the framelits, but you're going to need to order the ribbon and the paper and the classic garage elements. And I can't remember if there's anything else yet. I haven't set that up yet. I'm going to do that as soon as I get done with this video. But if you order all of the elements shown on my blog, I will send you this online class for free. If you would like me to order all the elements for you, all you have to do is fill out the form that I have there, and I can do that for you. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Thank you guys so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend it with me today. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.